All right, Shalom. First, I want to say, Call Haloyim, La Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rachak Kodash. All right, that's all praises to the Heavenly Father and His Son. All right, Yahweh is the Father, Yahweh Shai is the Son. All right, in the name of the Holy Spirit, the Rachak Kodash. All right, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Excuse me. Shalom to you fellow laborers out there doing the work in truth and in sincerity, especially during these times. Also want to send out a shalom to the few Akwakim that believe as well. And also a hearty shalom to you other laborers that are scattered throughout the face of the globe. All right, and you believers, right? That's even among the heathen and like the heathen, which are the speckled bird Israelites. To the whole household of faith, I want to say shalom, which is the elect. All right, back at you with another lesson, Lord willing, edifying. And I'm going to try to make my videos a little more precise and concise, if that makes sense. A little more concise, just, kind of shorter, But Lord willing, they're edifying, But hey, the spirits like to win anyway, so I just do my videos according to the ability that the Lord give me. So let me know if you're being edified. But with this video right here, fair use, fair use. My videos are not monetized. I don't make any compensation off these videos. It's only educational purposes and strictly biblical, biblical, prophetic, education, pertaining to prophecy, which the Holy Bible, the Holy Scriptures, has prophesied. And we bring it out, We bring it out week in and week out, daily. We bring out these videos of edification, which are these epistles that's done online through the unicorn. And as you can see from the title, it says, let me see here. It says, white people warn their own about the upcoming wave after waking up to reality. Brace yourselves. So, and this is Deuteronomy, the 30th chapter and the 7th verse, taking place before our very eyes. And, this is just at the beginning of the woes and lamenting that they're going to experience, because it's going to get a lot worse in the kingdom when we ruling over you. Okay, but let's check out this video. Okay, again, fair use, fair use. I'm gonna bring out a few precepts, Lord, when it's edifying. Let's see what it's talking about.
And they made very different arrangements for you. You've been slotted to go down with the ship. As somebody who covers food distribution, sustainable agriculture, and local food economies for her work, I think that we in America are in for a real rude surprise when it comes to the cost of our food and the limitations to the kind of food that we are going to have access to over the next few years. I realize that everybody who voted for the Cheeto thought that their grocery prices were going to fall. And, well, frankly, that was foolish of them to expect that. They thought they were going to sell out their brown neighbors and have them deported, and in exchange, they were going to get cheaper eggs. But they don't actually understand how agriculture works in America and who works our farms. So while we're seeing things like Arabica coffee and other importing...
And the truth is, the so-called Latin tribes, they work the fields of America, and in particular, mainly Issachar, okay, which the scriptures speak about there, right? Now, this is the book of Genesis 49, and I'm going to go down to verse 14. It says Issachar, which Issachar is the so-called Mexican today. Okay, Issachar means he is higher, or my hireling. Okay, my worker, same thing. They're known for being what? Workers. Okay, and it's all kind of derogatory sayings, and some of them may be alright, but they mainly derogatory sayings about so-called Mexican, because the so-called Mexican is known to be a hard workman. Okay, it says Issachar is a strong ass couching down between two burdens. Yeah, just look at the burdens he's under. His living conditions. Okay. Get paid low wages, but yet they work hard. Land been taken from them, everything. They had the western states, as you call it, from Texas on back, to California, up to Washington. They had all them western states out there, for the most part, Verse 15, and he saw that rest was good in the land, that it was pleasant, and bowed his shoulder to bear, and became a servant unto tribute. Yeah, that's why Issachar worked these shit jobs, and The rest of the tribes, they won't do them. But Issachar do them gladly. Because why? They're just trying to make a better living for themselves. Okay, so they'll work these shit jobs to gain access to houses and vehicles and homes for their relatives and things like that. They build their community within Issachar. They're known to do that. Okay, but yet they're tributes because why? They still have to pay a hefty price even to be workers or migrant workers, as they would, some would say. But they're the ones that's been reaping down these fields for many centuries. Well, for many not centuries, but many decades. So that's true. Okay, let's go back to the video.
Foods shooting up in price, and the more conflict that the Cheeto manufactures with other nations, the more those prices will go up and up. The more tariffs get rolled out, the more those prices will go up and up. Because who pays a tariff? It's the consumer. It's us, the American people. It's not the nation we're buying goods from. It's not the Cheeto. It's us. So when he slaps on tariffs because some country hurt his fifis, that raises the prices for you and for me. But also, we are seeing farms across.
And that's true. That's true. That's why we warn you of the famine. We warn you of the famine. Why? Because it's prophesied in Holy Scriptures, man. And then what you have going on is DEI. Okay? DEI. You look at DEI, what's going on with DEI, right? All right, let's type this in. Check this out. Fair use, fair use. I want to play this. Let's see here. Yeah, this is funny too. Yeah. The DEI, it affects the so-called white woman, the Edomite woman. All right, check this out. Fair use, fair use.
Listen, Trump may be trying to do that. He may be trying to stick it to black people in regards to DEI, but yeah, those white women, if that's what they thought, they should have did their research because they would have learned, like he said, it was white women and still white women that benefit the most from DEI programs.
And that's the truth. That's the truth.
Not us. So it's like, again, it behooves people before you vote and vote for certain things, research what you're voting for.
That's actually true. DEI, DEI literally affected you Edomite women, all right, which are you so-called white women, so-called Caucasian women. Okay? But, you had your moment. See you Edomites, because it's not just the Edomite woman. The Edomite man is losing his job as well. But they had their moment, right? They had their moment, and when they had their moment, when they were living, judiciously, enjoying the things that they had access to, they had access to the better jobs, See, we spoke about this, me and the Akim, and we spoke about, how I think I made a point to where DEI was like the new form of Jim Crow. Jim Crow was designed to keep Jake, all right, you tribes from Judah on down, from certain jobs, okay? Even your women, right? Couldn't get certain jobs. So DEI was a program that allowed Edomites to get certain jobs over Jake that Jake couldn't get. But now, as you see, it backfired. Because Trump is cutting a lot of jobs, and the main people you see online complaining, all right, is you Edomites. And nobody gives a shit, because why? You had your time to shine, now the Lord is bringing you down. This is Proverbs 21:13. It says, and I'm going to read both sides. It says, whoso stoppeth his ears at the cry of the poor, he also shall cry himself, but shall not be heard. Right. When you read the NOT, it says, those who shut their ears to the cries of the poor will be ignored in their own time of need. And this is what's going on. A lot of you Edomite women are out there mourning because why? You realize that, look at this, MAGA white women in tears as they find out DEI wasn't only for black people. Yeah, it was meant for you, many of you so-called white people, your women, your men. Okay, so hey, again, the scriptures say what? You're going to be ignored when your time of need come up. That's why nobody care if you're boo-hooing. You had your moment. Okay, you had your moment. Now you're in distress. Now you want somebody to feel sorry for you, man. All right. Ecclesiastes 3, and I'll go to verse 4. It says, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance. Right now you got them Edomites, man. You're weeping and mourning right now, man. While Israelites overwhelmingly is doing okay. You may have kicked out some Latin tribes, through your little ICE program. But the Jakes that's still here, even kicked out some of the, the Southern Kingdom, from Haiti and whatnot. But the ones that are still here, doing good. They're all right. So right now is the time for you Edomites to be weeping in the morning. Because why? Your kingdom is falling. Your kingdom is falling. Your lives are in ruin. Your lives are crumbling before your very eyes. And you can't do anything about it. See, now you're on the same level as Jake, as Israelites, man. But we've been dealing with it, right? But now that the calamity is upon you, now you want somebody to mourn and boo-hoo for you. Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. It says, Luke chapter 6. Let's see here. Let me see here. Bear me 1 second. Luke 6:25, it says, woe unto you that are full, for ye shall hunger. Right? What do you think this job loss, that's been caused by DEI, what it's going to lead to? It's going to lead to what? You being hungry. It's going to lead to hunger, right? A lot of these so-called white women, these Edomite women, they've been complaining because why? They don't even have a husband to lean on. They're panicking. So all kind of videos on the internet about these Edomites, being in a state of turmoil. Okay. Woe unto you that laugh now, for ye shall mourn later. And this is what's going on. It says, for ye shall mourn and weep. It's like it. And we're watching the Edomites mourn and weep. Because why? Donald Trump is cutting a lot of things out that you lower level Edomites had access to. You can't stand to be on the same playing field as Jake. Especially for a Jake to be doing better than you. But when you was getting those, those goodies, you was okay. You was bragging, looking down on Jake. Now, you feel all left out because why? You don't have a piece of the pie anymore. This is the book of Luke, chapter 21. I'm gonna jump down to. See here. I pass it up, Slakia. Luke chapter 21 and verse 25, it says, and there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars. And we've seen that, right? We've seen the solar eclipse. We've seen the blood moon, right? Excuse me. We've seen those things, right? Those are signs of heaven. Okay. You read that throughout the scriptures, okay? Matter of fact, one comes to mind is Sirach 43. Let's go to Ecclesiastes 43, right? Yeah, Sirach 43 and 7 says, for the moon is a sign of feast. It's like, let's start at verse 6. Salakia. All right. Ecclesiastes, also known as Sirach 43 and 6, it says, he made the moon also to serve in her season for a declaration of times and a sign of the world, right? The blood moons, right? The Lord said what? Let's go real quick to remind me of I think that's Joel. I believe that's Joel 2, if I ain't mistaken. Let's see here. Okay, so Joel 2 and starting at verse 30. And I will show wonders in the heavens and in the earth, blood and fire and pillars of smoke. Yeah, and that's what's going on, you know. Again, the blood moons, right? It says, the sun shall be turned into darkness and the moon into blood. See? The darkness was what? The solar eclipse that happened in the middle of the day, in the afternoon. I remember I was dropping off a load. I was in I believe I was in I was on the East Coast. I believe I was in oh man, what state I was in dropping the load off. I was around the Latin tribes and they had actual glasses and that welder's tent paper. I think I was in PA. I want to say I was in PA, Pennsylvania. I was in PA, Pennsylvania, dropping off a load, and I was at Walmart and shit, and the Latin tribes came out there with the, you know, with the little welder shield, little visor tent, and we all watched it, right? And I had precepts on my mind, you know, and it was crazy. I think I did a video that night too as well. But anyways, let's continue on. It's been like a year ago now, almost a year ago. But it says, verse 31, the sun shall be turned into darkness, again the solar eclipse, and the moon into blood, the blood moons, all right, before the great and the terrible day of Yahweh will come. See? So, you know, that's what's been going on. Okay? More and more blood moons. All right, here it is. We're coming up on the Shabbat of the Passover, right? And it's going to be, I think it's an eclipse and the blood moon all at once. So, hey, it's not looking too good, okay? So, let's go back here to Ecclesiastes 43. Because I know that symbolizes death, man. Great death is coming. Because that's the whole thing that people forget. The Lord's going to bring great death upon this earth, man. Okay? So let's go back to Sirach 43 and 6. He made the moon also to serve in her season for a declaration of times and a sign of the world. For it says, from the moon is a sign of feast, a light that decreases in her perfection. We know that goes into the moon cycle and everything. Okay? Which that's according to the scriptures, how the moon changes. Okay? How it decreases in perfection, because we know that a new moon is zero illumination. But it increases, okay, as the days and weeks go on, okay? I think the second week, 14 days, is a full moon. And then it decreases from there. Okay, but let's continue on. Back in Luke 21, Luke 21 and 25, it says, and there shall be signs in the sun, and in the moon, and in the stars, and upon the earth, distress of nations, with perplexity, excuse me, with perplexity, the sea and the waves ruin. So, the stress of the nations, right? What's the stress of the nations? Let's see here. Let's find it. Distress.
Strong's G 4928. Sunache. Sunache.
And it says, a holding together, a narrowing, contracting part of a way, a metaphor for straits, distress, anguish. Gun. So it says, Strong's definition, anguish, distress. Okay, so let's look up the word distress on the online etymology, which is my favorite. Okay, let's go to distress. It's a little late, so it's like you kind of yawning a little bit. Distress, circumstance that causes anxiety or hardship. Yeah, and that's what they're experiencing, hardships right now, as far as you Edomites. It says restraint, affliction, narrowness, distress. Okay? So, that's what distress means. All right? It says restraint, affliction, narrow. Now you Edomites being afflicted, and you can't even fucking take a little bit of it. One little drop of affliction, and you're losing it. You know, you're losing it. So, back in Luke 21 and 26, it says, men's hearts fell in them for fear. Oh, actually, you know what? Let's look at perplexity as well. Shlaki, I want to look at perplexity. Let's look that up as well.
Strong's G 640. Aparia. Aparia.
The state of one who is in perplexity. Strong's definition. Let's not give them the definition like I would like. So let's see what we got here. Online etymology. Perplexity, it says bewilderment, doubt, uncertainty. A lot of people have uncertainty in their minds about their lives because you know why? The DEI cut out a lot of jobs for you Edomites, and then guess what? There's no getting hired quickly now. You know, it takes a long time to get into these jobs, and a lot of these jobs are being cut from Nero on down. Nero cut tens of thousands of jobs, man, damn near overnight. You know, so yeah, these people got uncertainty, right? Excuse me. It says confusion. Excuse me. Yep, confusion, and the Lord got you Edomites in a state of confusion, man. You don't know what's going on. You don't know what to think because here it is, a man you voted for, showing his true horns even towards you. Okay. So this is what's going on, man. Now you're starting to see the uproars, all right? You're starting to see the uproars of the people, which the scriptures foretold about that as well. Okay? Excuse me. 2nd Ezra 9. And I'll start at well, I'm gonna go right to the point. Yeah, I'll start at verse 1. 2nd Ezra 9:1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And how you measure the time is by seeing the prophecies come to pass, all right, in the news reports, and you taking the news reports, linking them to the scriptures and reporting it to the people. The main people being the children of Israel. All right, the Israelites, the 12 tribes. All right, which are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and the American people. Which that's the Lord warning his people, man. Okay? It says, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. All right, the Lord's visiting this place, man. Verse 3, therefore when there should be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. So, hey, man, we're here, man. We're here. The things that was prophesied of old by the prophets of old, they're coming to pass now. And guess what? It's a beautiful time. All right, to see our enemies falling, and we're coming up. Okay. Verse 5, it says, For like as all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest, right? The end is made very clear, in other words. Obvious. See? That's what the word manifest means. Okay? So we're obviously seeing the witness, I'm sorry, we're obviously seeing or witnessing the downfall of our enemies, all right, that's been oppressing us, all right, and trotting us down on the foot for a long time, all right. And it's beautiful to see, man. We're not gonna have any pity party for you damn devils, man. No, they the hell with you, man. They delete themselves, all kind of shit, you know. Jake got it. Ain't got nothing, man. Jake got nothing but oppression to look forward to in this society, and they've been dealing. Jake been enduring, right? Here it is, Esau can't stand a little, a little heat for a little moment, you know. I mean, your kingdom's still intact, but not for long. Okay, the Lord's getting ready to bring you down. Okay. Now she mentioned the food, right? Well, Second Esdras, the 6th chapter goes into the food, right? Which we're coming to the times where food is becoming scarce. Food is becoming expensive to the point where it's hard to buy decent amount of groceries, man. Because why? These tariffs she spoke about, which again, she was right. They're gonna affect the consumer more than anything. You know. 2 Esdras 6:22, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. That's what's coming to pass. Okay. I mean, it's over, man. This place is done. It's finished. You know. I mean, the Lord has ripped this place from the ruler to the tutor. You know. And that's beautiful, man. And the scriptures say what in Jeremiah that the Lord have laid a snare for Babylon, the art found. You know, it's over, man. You can kiss your precious America goodbye, because the Lord is the one that's performing, His word. All right, the Lord is the one bringing His word to pass. All right, we just foretelling you of it. Okay, we're telling you what the Lord is getting ready to do to you before He do it to you. But this is what the Lord wants, right? The Lord made us, like He made Jeremiah, a prophet to the nations, man. So we tell you, you heed the nations, your judgment as well. See? But when these storehouses become empty, guess what? Chaos is going to erupt. Okay? And what are you going to see? You're going to see this. Isaiah 19:2. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. Excuse me. Because why? It's going to cause a civil war, civil unrest. Okay? And when that happens, guess what? You're going to have people invading one another. Let's get that. It's coming out more and more. Definitely every lesson almost. Okay? They're going to be invading one another because of why? Lack of bread. Like a bread represents food. 2 Esdras 15:18. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. So this is going to happen because why? Once you get the Egyptians fighting against the Egyptians, all right, all hell going to break loose, man. Civil unrest. See? So we live in some exciting times. But you Edomites are mourning right now. All right? But you laughed at first. But see, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua turned all that laughing into mourning. Okay? And that's good. I mean, and hopefully we see more and more videos of you damn Edomites, complaining and falling. Anyways, with that, I want to end it right there. Lord willing, this video has been edifying to the flock. I want to say all praises to Yahweh, Hashem Yahweh Shai, and shalom to the elect. Lord willing, I'll see you in the next video. Shalom.